Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Coruscant Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seals, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population U. We've got a guest on the show today who is our first returning guest.
First repeat guest.
That is how fantastic the first time around went. He came from his wonderful podcast, The Dollop, which if you're not listening to that, you should. He is Dave Anthony. He has a new comedy special. He has LA Podfest.
Which is happening this weekend.
Two things we got to let you know about so you can get on board with it. Dave Anthony, welcome to the show.
Hola.
There it is.
Well, me llamo David.
We can describe the Dollop. To me feels like a historical version of this show. Our show is a more like current day version of the Dollop because the Dollop came first.
Yeah, totally. No, you guys is exactly that. It's the
fucked up, awesome stories in history,
totally,
with amazing details that one of you hasn't heard before and is hearing for the first time. By the way, I've heard both of you guys. I know it tips
You've done
the
reverse
scales.
Dollops,
right?
We've done a few reverse ones. Yeah,
I've heard them both ways, and I like them both ways.
That's interesting. I always wonder what the.
I think it's fun. I think you should do more reverse Dollops.
Yeah, we probably will.
They're really fun to see.
Yeah.
So when I say reverse Dollop, I mean one of
Dave always prepares.
Like Dan. Dan has all the facts of every story.
And Gareth doesn't know it, and so he's hearing it for the first time, and then the two of them go on these brilliant riffs, and you actually learn like amazing stuff about.
Here's why I love it, because Dan, and I know I'm not even in the room watching you guys, but I know when Dave has a hilarious fact that he's about to unfurl on, because Dan gets so excited when he's like, I'm gonna read this sentence to you.
Yeah.
And I guarantee we could stop after this.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
I love it.
It's pretty great.
Subscribe to that shit right away, because it is really, it's one of like the tent poles of great podcasts that exist out there, and it's only, in my opinion, it should only continue to rise. I mean, you guys, you go around, you sell out really nice big theaters and stuff.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
to
fun.
me, it's such a great thing.
For someone, and we've known you forever. We've known you since New York,
right? Like 98 or something.
98. We're talking about 20 years now, and seeing you as a comic and a writer going through the years. But it's awesome for us to see you establish yourself with Gareth in this show as like a huge attraction and draw. What we always knew is that people should come see you. I mean, you were a bitter fuck, and you still are, but now it's nice to have people want to come see
I love that you say word.
Now I can just make
he's
a
a
little bit
dad
of money.
now. He's a dad now, and he's got a kid, and you know.
Are you worried? Do you ever worry about like either showing your kid the bitter side, or
oh my God,
or that not being bitter around your kid and having to curb that a little bit will make you less of who you are?
No, that doesn't bother me. But around him, I'm usually pretty normal. But the other day, I was talking to my wife, and I was like, saying something, and he just goes, man, you get so angry about politics.
How old is your kid?
He's 8.
I love it. He's a killer baseball player too, an amazing ball player. And let's
he
for a
is.
Maybe
second.
someday he'll play for the Cardinals.
Let's for a second talk about LA Podfest, something we've participated in a bunch.
Sadly, we won't be able to do it this year, but
because we'll be in Denver doing shows
this weekend in Boulder. But go ahead.
It's Thursday through Sunday.
It's Friday through Sunday.
Friday through Sunday. Where? In LA?
At the Biltmore in downtown Los Angeles.
Oh, awesome. Hell
It's
yes.
old cool venue.
Dan, who used to live downtown, can tell you about how
I also used to
unbelievable.
walk through that building all the time. I lived right by it.
You did?
Such a great
It's
area.
a great building, and they have
It's a little city.
You know, they have a little in back one of the ballrooms. They have a little secret door because they would serve booze during Prohibition, and there's a little wall that turns
that's
into
cool.
a door, and people could
man.
escape.
That's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Escape room.
Great podcasts always there this year. Who do you?
Yeah, go to LAPodfest.com. We got, oh boy, here we go. Let me think of them. We got My Favorite Murder.
Nice.
Huge.
Yep.
Heard of it.
We got Love It or Leave It.
Yeah,
Amazing.
so
Those are
good.
big ones. We got us, the Dollop.
Yeah,
Huge.
hell yeah.
Huge.
I can't remember.
All right, whatever. A lot of them on there.
I
If
mean,
you're,
you
go
if
to
you're
the
going to be in LA, it's a hell of a thing to.
And if you're a podcast listener, which you are, and a fan, it's like dying and going to podcast heaven because you bounce from one room to the next, and you're like, "Wait, this is here."
you're
Wait,
seeing live and in person, which is always so much fun.
Yeah,
your
that-
favorite things you listen to, and your
And I feel like we get good podcasts, so even if you don't know them, people always go in and they go, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know Road Stories with Murray was fucking awesome. And you're like, yeah, it's a good
you
show.
Definitely learn about new ones. And the other great thing is for the audience members, especially the ones who buy the weekend pass, they become friends.
Totally.
They come from all over,
Yeah.
and then there's this like community. Hey, we had this experience, and
Yeah.
I totally love that as well. So anyway, check that out, LAPodfest.com. Dan, let's jump into a story because we got one right
I
now.
mean, we know this. The world is getting dumber, and so this is our way to combat it.
This is our way to combat it through comedy. Let's do it.
First of all, I feel bad because I always write like who sent it in, and I just forgot.
Oh,
I wrote
we
sent in by
Dan.
I know.
If this is you-
I get endless suggestions from people, and
Yeah.
I never remember to mention the person.
Dan
bad
always
person.
remembers.
So
But
this
if
is what
it's
I'm gonna
you,
do.
if it's
I will
you,
find it. I'll
Okay.
go back.
We'll back.
I literally, we just sat down in front of us, and I'm like, son of a. Yeah. But I will find it, and when I go on the Facebook page and tweet out the stories, I'll also give proper credit.
So that gives you
Whoever
even
it was.
more
Yeah.
reason to
Find out
join
if it
the
was you.
join the Facebook page and find out. But by the way, the Facebook page is kick ass because you do have all the pictures.
Yes.
and people comment. It's
Also, it's a great place to keep track of all of the live shows that we do. I put stuff up there about where you guys are going to be and where I'm going to be. And other than that, it's all 100% just ongoings in the town. So,
and
yeah.
keeps
it alive.
community
You guys have a very active Facebook page. Your Dollop.
I think so. Yeah, we got like I don't know,
75,000?
No, not even like 25 or something.
25?
No,
We don't.
okay,
We don't
yeah.
really push it that much.
Yeah, but
honestly.
it should.
You should push it real good.
Yeah.
I'll push it real good.
Okay.
Na-na-na-na-na-na.
Upper Darby, Pennsylvania.
Fuck yeah.
Sounds like a place that wants to ignore its problem. Like, we're
sounds
Upper
like
Darby. Like,
we're-
no,
nah.
shit's going on here.
It sounds like the place that loves English Premier League soccer more than any other city.
Yeah.
More people in that town per capita watch Downton Abbey.
right.
Do you think they look down on Lower Derby?
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, how
there
could you
better
not?
be a
How
Lower
could you
Derby.
not?
There better be. There has to be a
Has
Lower
to
Derby.
be a Lower Derby.
That's where the mill closed down about 40 years ago.
Lower Derby.
It's like a Richard Rousseau novel.
That whistle
Lower
still goes off
Derby.
every day at noon.
Is Lower Derby, by the way, playing Everton this weekend?
Lower Derby plays Tottenham.
Upper Darby police are simply baffled. Those are great first 6 words.
By the way, the police at this point should have seen it all. Like
Yes.
nothing should baffle them
Or
at this point.
they should have read about it. Right. Maybe
Or listen to
There's
our
the
podcast.
internet, or listen to our
more
podcast.
police should listen to our podcast.
Well-
Be like, I've heard of this.
Small town cops think, oh, that happens elsewhere.
Right. You know what? It
happened
here.
here.
And then a guy comes in with half a donkey stuck on his dick, and he's like, all right, I guess it happens here.
Who's up?
I spoke too soon.
Who's the ass now?
All right. They're simply baffled after a man shows up to the station allegedly drunk and admits to driving there while intoxicated. The guy drove himself to the police station and
I'm
walked
here.
up.
I'm here.
Do you think the whole way there he was like, who's doing a good thing? Citizen's arrest on yourself, Michael.
You fucking asshole. Why'd you do this?
Over mailbox, over animal, over
He's like,
street.
"Pull
over here.
Don't make me go to the cops. You're going straight in.
He's having a conversation with himself.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, completely.
Try and make
I am fucking bullshit.
Yeah. He's like, you don't judge me. I am judging you. You're going straight to jail.
I'm
Dumb
judge
asshole.
and jury.
Tell me I never do anything right. Quote, I've never seen anybody who's drunk come to the police station looking for a safe place. He's obviously never seen an Andy Griffith episode in his
Right?
Because
Is that a citizen's? Does that count as a citizen's arrest?
Well, if you arrest yourself, I don't know. I think it's just a turning yourself in situation.
He's definitely dumb that he did this. Like, the smartest move would have been to not drive at all.
Yeah,
but
stop.
But he is kind of smart going here.
maybe he'll get
Well,
arrested and
He's
like
like,
a
I need to hit
condemnation.
rock
Is that
bottom.
right?
He's not smart if he drove himself from home to there. though.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly.
True.
I'm getting out of this house. I'm going to do something right. You tell me I'm not a responsible drinker. I'll turn somebody in for drunk driving.
He definitely said to himself between his house and the car, give me the keys.
Yeah.
Give me the keys.
No.
Give me the keys.
No.
Fuck you.
Well, then I'll just take it.
Yeah.
I love that every drunk person that we're doing is a version of Foster Brooks.
Yes, of course.
Just take it.
So they said he's never seen anybody come to the police station looking for a safe place, but that's what Upper Darby Township officers say. Sean McCullough, S-Mac,
In relation to Julia McCullough?
was up to early Wednesday morning. Yes. I'm going to show you guys this dude. And first I want you to picture the guy yelling obscenities at a T-ball game.
No.
Yep.
That's this
that's
guy.
him.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely.
90s goatee.
Yes.
Yeah.
He looks like if Packers coach Mike McCarthy let himself go.
I feel like
Packers coach Michael McCarthy was the lead singer of Smash Mouth.
Dude, I was literally going to say
Somebody once told me.
F all of you. I was about to, it just came into my head. I was going to go, this guy walked to his car going, somebody told me. How did we all get there?
Look at the kind of happy look. Like he's like, did the right thing.
There's a twinkle in his eye.
Yeah.
There's a twinkle in his eye.
Hey now, you're a rock star.
Sir, look forward for your picture. What am I supposed to? Should I smile? I don't know. You got helped
It's
us
up
arrest
to
a
you.
drunk driver.
He has the twinkle in his eye if someone did a good deed.
Was my eyes twinkling in that one? Can we do another one?
Was my eyes.
Hey, you got a timer in there? Come in and get it on this picture.
Get it over here.
No, sir, we're not
You're
supposed
both
to.
of us.
Get over here.
Come on, it's bear hug time.
Sir, we're not
Oh,
supposed
I'm
to.
sorry. Did
Stop
you?
hugging the female
Sir,
cops.
we're not supposed to.
Did you catch a DUI driver tonight? Because I caught one.
This
Sir.
is the person
Sir,
who works at
sir,
the front desk.
sir,
This is
I
why we
only
need
take the
bulletproof glass up here.
Bulletproof.
Bulletproof glass.
Police say McCullough turned into the Upper Darby Township driveway and proceeded to bang up their automatic gate.
Coming in.
Ring-a-ding-a-ding.
Why do I have to wait for it to open?
He's like yelling at the gate. He's like, "Come on, move!" Oh, you!
it was probably opening. It probably was on its way open, and he couldn't wait.
Open. He's like,
you
gotta get in. I gotta
You
get in.
fucking gate! You will move for me?
It's an emergency here. I'm turning a guy in.
He does that like drunk rhetorical, like that's how it's gonna be, huh? That's how it's gonna be. I'm trying to do something
take
right.
your time, Gate.
Okay, gate. All right.
Okay.
Gate's in charge, everybody.
I'm calling this gate.
Oh,
I'm a gate. I don't have to move for anybody.
his personification of the Gate in drunkenness. What'd you say, Gate?
Gate,
You guys squeak at me?
Son of a bitch.
Gate, come back here.
How many kids you have? You ain't seen shit,
All right,
Gate.
I'm going to show you guys the video of him pulling in.
Oh, come on.
This will be linked up.
This will be on the Facebook page. Another reason to
100%.
join.
There he goes. Describe the action.
Okay, you see him pulling up, and he's like,
he's on the grass.
and then he's like,
And then
you
he's on the
son
grass,
of a bitch,
and then I'm
Gate.
gonna-
Oh!
He
he tried to go around it, and he still hit it.
He still hit it. By the way,
He had room. If he stayed up on the grass, he
There
could
was
have
room.
room.
It. Yeah.
He's like, I got it. By the way, you have
Gate is misleading. It's one of those like arms that lift up.
Yeah, like a railroad. Thing that comes
And he
down.
went
like
right
at
through the
any
side.
parking garage, the thing that goes up. But the thing about it is, he definitely could have gone around it. And he
Yeah.
was in an SUV that was off-roading beautifully.
I'm actually gonna. I think we should revisit the dialogue because I think that it went like this. He went up on the grass and he went oops as he overcorrected, and then he hit the gate, and as he drove past, he went fuck you.
It's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want audio with his head out the window, be like, "That's on me. That was on me. The yard's on me. That you put the gate there. Gate's on you."
Got it.
Gates on you, yards
It's like
on
the
me.
best thing you can say to a kid who falls down like a little baby, if it's your kid, is like, I saw that. You're not saying,
Yeah.
oh, are you all right? You're not saying,
Right.
oh, that's so bad.
That's
It's
right.
just, I saw that. I can imagine him driving through that and be like, I saw that.
I know.
I got it.
I
The
know.
thing too, what we didn't talk about is how he's doing that very slow but deliberate driving.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I got.
It's classic drunk driving.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, but it's what we had an acting teacher a while back who said if you're drunk, you never play drunk. You play the solution, not
Play
the problem.
that you're fine.
So,
Yeah.
so
I'm
the
good.
more
I
you
got
try
it.
to hold it together, the more it reveals
I
that
got
you
it,
can't
I
hold it
got it.
together.
Right.
Yep.
That's what this guy's
It's just
doing.
holding it together. I got it. Just gonna go up on the curb and then just go over her.
I got it.
Officer Chitwood said,
Jimmy
quote,
Chitwood?
Yeah, he fucking
Really?
ran the
Who's
picket
yours?
fence on him.
Yeah.
He ran the picket fence on
He
him.
ran through the picket fence.
Darby
picket
Police
fence, that's the
Chief
problem.
Michael Chitwood.
Yep.
He said he goes outside.
By the way, that is a classic officer name. Hey, little Michael, what are you going to be when you grow up? I can't be anything but an
cop.
officer.
Officer Chitwood.
Officer Chitwood.
Quote, he goes on the outside, over the curb, on the grass plot, and then comes in the lot and parks. Officers inside the building saw him on their monitors. So they're watching this guy be like, we got one coming in hot.
By the way, he definitely hit the swinging arm thing.
Yeah.
Ran around all the spot, got in, probably parked across two spots.
Yep.
Took a deep breath after he parked and he was like, okay. Yeah.
Like,
we're good?
We're good.
All right.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay, let's do this, boys.
Wait, you're the only one in here.
Yeah.
Take him in.
Take comes out in the 6-pack. Let's go.
Chitwood says they ran out and got to him, and he quote, was totally blitzed.
Hey guys.
Totally blitzed is what someone says who does not drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're blitzed,
Yeah,
man.
blitzed.
You are
Super-
blitzed.
Super
Why
blitzed.
it took you so long?
What is that? Like a 0.3? We always say like 0.2.
Yeah.
Anything higher than a 0.2 is like basically
Oh.
pouring alcohol
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
breathalyzer.
0.3 is Dudley Moore for like a decade.
Yeah. But you're now a member of the fraternity.
Yeah.
Police say they didn't exactly get a straight answer from the unsteady driver who lives in Havertown. Quote, they tell him to sit down on the curb. He falls down, Chitwood said. They ask him if he's drinking. He said he wasn't sure if he was in Philly or Trenton.
You're in
Great
neither.
answer.
You're not in either one.
You're in neither, sir.
Okay.
So yes, you are drinking.
They asked him,
That answers question 1.
right.
Am I in Philly or Trenton? You're drunk.
They asked him how many beers he had. I'm going to ask you guys.
This is the best.
Okay,
You
here
get
we
to
go.
guess.
Now, this is S-Mac, Sean McCullough. This is his estimation of how many beers he drank.
And we saw how big he is. He clearly is
Big guy.
Right.
two and a half, 300
spins.
pounds.
2.5 spins.
2.5
Yeah, 2.5
spins on this thing.
Dave, you have the option of going first, last, or Tignataro, which is second.
I'm gonna go. I'll go first.
You go first? How
many beers
do you think he told the
S-Mac
officers he
pulled
had?
down?
Saw the gleam in his eye.
And this is what he told them he had.
Yes.
So, okay, so this is even more, not exactly how
That's
many
what he
beers.
said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
So
he
he's
said.
probably gonna.
I'm not gonna say all because all the beers.
all his I finished them. I get it.
There's no more.
I did
Right.
it.
Yeah, that's what how many you had? Why, you want one? Because there's probably a couple rolling around in there.
No, we
Come
do
on,
not.
officer.
Sir, we do not want
Give me a break.
one. Nope.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah,
singing
right.
the
I'm gonna
Twix
go.
song. That's the
So
Kit Kat.
that kid. Yeah.
Wake up.
I'm gonna go super high. I'm gonna say he said 40.
40. He's like a
I feel like he's an exaggerator.
yeah, he's a drink bragger.
Yeah, drink
he's
bragger.
a drink bragger.
At this point, he really doesn't know. You're saying he also doesn't understand that he should be downplaying what he's
100%.
Got all the pull tabs right here, motherfucker.
Jesus.
Pull tabs right here.
Pull tabs. That's an old beer. Remember that? Like you stuck your tongue in it and just like ripped up your tongue.
Yeah.
I would say I'm going to say 12.
Okay.
I'm going to say he says 12 because it's more like 22.
Okay.
But he's saying 12 because some part of him knows to aim low.
I'm going to say almost a case. Case is 24.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 18. He said almost a case. So
Wow.
I had 18 beer.
Okay.
And he definitely said beer as if they were deer.
Yeah, plural of beer is beer.
Okay, everybody listening, feel free to play along. How many beers did Sean McCullough say he drank? He gave 2 numbers.
Okay, by the way,
2 numbers.
This is a great point where if anyone is listening in an office or something where they just shout a number out and their office mates are like, what
are you doing?
Yeah.
But if he gave 2 numbers, then I want to change my answer to between 1 and 40.
He gave 2 numbers, and someone in this room has hit the nail on the head. All right, so let's review. Dave, you said 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say 18.
And I said 12.
And you said 12. Chitwood says Sean McCullough, when asked how many beers he had drank tonight, looked at the officers and told them he had 12 to 14 beers. Well
Answered
done,
honestly.
Jason Sklars.
Which,
Come
of
on,
course,
man.
means 18, at least.
Right.
Or 40
Right. Or maybe he just meant on the way there.
When are we talking
in the
about?
last hour. Because the earlier part of the night feels like a different night to him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is a different day.
This is a sentence. It's not attributed to anybody, and it's not in quotes.
Okay.
All it says is Philly, Trenton, a dozen beers or more, maybe. The details were sketchy. I don't know if they've decided to like halfway through this very short article,
Be making an opinion piece?
just or like sum it up for you. If you just joined this
Philly-
article,
Like, if I just said that, like, this could be part of a Boys to Men song. Philly,
Right.
Trenton, half a dozen beer, or a
Right.
dozen beers or more, doesn't matter at this
right?
point.
Or Dumb People Town. The details are sketchy.
Yeah, the details are
Yes.
sketchy.
And quote,
Always.
and he kept saying, "I'm hammered, I'm hammered, I'm hammered, I'm drunk, I'm drunk, I'm drunk," which to me hopes he was singing that.
No,
Like that was a song. Hammered. Yes.
Hammered, I'm hammered, I'm drunk.
Come on, you guys, chat along.
The lyrics are not that hard. You don't gotta be as difficult as that fucking gate back there.
Yeah.
Just join in.
Shut up, gate!
Yeah.
Sir.
Boy, this guy's blitzed, huh?
I'm hammered, I'm drunk. I'm drunk. I'm hammered, I'm drunk.
Oh man, I hope one person in this town who joins us every week gets responsibly drunk this weekend and starts singing that to people.
Hammered, I'm hammered.
Sing it in the Uber that takes you home.
So they locked him up. Usually people are avoiding the police, running away from the police. This guy's coming into the police station.
Give him
Thanks,
credit for
Chitwood.
that.
I wish, as a police department, you're like, I wish more. Which of the guys there who is kind of the worst police officer took credit for that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I need this one.
Caught that
Sarge,
on
I need
mine.
this one.
I need
That's
it.
mine. I need it.
CBS 3 repeatedly tried to reach out to Sean McCullough to get his side of the story. We're going to end on this. I don't know why, but I like it. In fact, a number listed for his house was busy all day long. Just leave it off the hook, Deb. Just leave it off the hook, Deb. Leave it off. They're going to keep fucking calling.
Busy.
I heard he gave my half of the story. I gave half of the story to the gate.
Yeah.
McCullough's next trip to the bar is going to be so much ribbon. I'm going to get so much from the boys.
He's going to get it.
The drunks down in O'Malley's going to have some fun with this cat.
Also, was that a Prius?
No, it was
No, it was an SUV.
SUV, okay.
Yeah, I think a Ford Escape. That's at least in my mind.
That's fair.
That's
Something
story
gets
one,
like
boys.
8 miles to the gallon. All right, story one down in the books. Dave Anthony is here from the great podcast, The Dollop,
And the new comedy album, which is
Called Hothead
love it.
No shit.
available how?
on all the digital
iTunes,
situations.
whatever. Get it.
Where'd you record it?
In Sydney, at the Comedy Store in Sydney, Australia.
Fuck yeah, dude. And you're heading back to Australia, right?
Yeah, we're going there in a couple weeks, yeah.
I love
Both you guys or just you?
Yeah, no, it's the Dollop. We're doing a Dollop tour.
Hell, yes, for all of our Australian fans, we have some. Go check that out. Is that how they say it down there?
Yep.
All right, well, we'll take a break when we come back. I love that. Everybody, all three of you. Yep. We'll be back with more Dumb People Town right after this.
Stick around, make a sound, there's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to DPT, Dumb People Town. As we mentioned before, join the Facebook page. If you're new to this show, subscribe, rate it, review it. That always helps us go up through the rankings. And Dan, I know you have another story sitting there. I know you do.
I do. This was sent in by Zach Brown at Not That Zach Brown. He did a Z-A-C Brown on that.
This guy plays bass.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
Like, I'm just not that
different,
guy.
Of course. A Rochester man faces multiple felonies after authorities say he hid drugs in his rectum.
Yeah.
Hey.
I love that that's still a thing.
Yeah, of course.
Well, God gave you a pocket.
Yeah, it's a little. It's everybody's hiding
gave
spot.
you a pocket.
It's everybody's hiding spot.
That was my favorite. Remember when Julia Sweeney did that show? God gave you a pocket. Oh no, that was God said hi.
Yeah. He hid drugs in his rectum, removed them, then threw them around a hospital emergency room.
Not first.
There's the
Everybody's
point.
partying tonight.
Not sanitary.
But
Super.
that's the moment where you turn to people who believe in like intelligent design, and you're like, "See,
What?
See?
look what's happening. A dude pulling something out of his ass and throwing it around a room.
Right. The incident.
We come from apes.
By the way, throwing it around the room means you threw it to one
Once.
side, picked it up from that side, and threw it
again.
somewhere else.
Yes.
Or he kept pulling stuff out like a clown car of ass drugs.
like a Mary Poppins
There's
butt
more
bag.
in there.
What? And an umbrella?
Like a Mary Poppins butt bag.
Wait, there's like an 8-foot graphics bong coming out of his ass.
What I'm scared of is the multiple felonies and how many drugs are in there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm scared of right now.
Just a spoonful of butt sugar makes the medicine. Okay.
That is the song. But what to me is like he's in the emergency room. They're helping him at this point.
You ain't fucking
Yeah.
helping me.
Why is he being blurred? Like if he was in the police precinct and they were mad at him, then there's that.
Right.
Right.
Well,
It feels like
maybe
weird
he was trying to start
aggression.
a party in the hospital and doesn't understand why people didn't want to
There
join
are people there.
Yeah.
This is where you go.
The incident began around 10:20 p.m. Sunday.
Would this not have been the best episode of ER ever? Ever?
Oh,
Guy
why?
pulls drugs out of his
Noah
ass.
Wiley
Wiley just getting ass drugs thrown in his face.
Ass drugs.
Eric LaSalle.
Eric LaSalle, man. Love him.
Yeah. They're just doing lines off of bedpans. The incident began 10:20 p.m. on a Sunday, which feels like it's just an
Sunday.
odd time. Sunday night
Well,
at
that's
10.
football. He's been going all day with football,
All day,
maybe.
Yeah. When an officer on patrol spotted a vehicle on the 1100 block of 8th Avenue Southeast, add that to the Dumb People Town walk.
Wait, are we talking Rochester, Michigan? Or, I mean, Rochester, Minnesota or Rochester, New York?
Yep.
Okay.
I have no
We
idea.
will be in Rochester, New York doing shows.
I bet it's New York.
I feel like it's New York.
Yeah.
So they see the car in the 1100 block of 8th Avenue Southeast. The police does. The officer believed Michael Common was behind the wheel.
There's nothing common about what he did.
Michael.
This is what I love. And he knew Common was driving without a license.
How?
Because he just sees him and he's like,
No way.
Common, no license.
no.
It's a common mistake right
Yeah.
there.
So
You are the common denominator when it comes to
Jason.
your port.
I can just see it in your face, Common. You're fucking non-licensing.
the cops
I
is
don't
like,
care what song you did for that Martin Luther King movie, you're going down, common.
I love that. Like he's just like the cop was like, there's Michael. We're gonna pull him over. What for? He don't have a license.
doesn't have
Him and I have run this.
Wait, he don't have, you made the cop have bad English?
He don't have no license.
He don't have no license.
He don't have
Which
a
means
license.
he does have a license.
Well,
He
maybe
don't have a license.
maybe Michael was
You don't
just
have
driving
no.
around singing, "Ain't got no license,
Yeah.
ain't got no license."
yeah.
Roll up your window when you're doing that, bro.
We can hear you.
So the officer sees him behind the wheel, knows he doesn't have a license. A traffic stop was initiated, said Sergeant Mike Sadowskis, so
boy.
close to Sudeikis, which confirmed Common's identity. He'd been stopped 7 times since May 4th and cited for driving without a license. The cops are literally like, "Hey man, this is my number one repeat customer."
I feel like Michael's not getting it.
I do too. And I love that the cops are like, should we do anything? No. All we do is write him a ticket for no license. We're going to get his ass again in like 2 weeks. He knows the dance. We know the dance. We just provide
Who's
the
he
music.
living with at home?
Who's
Common.
not telling
Where are
him
you
to
going? Where are you going? I'm just going to drive. No, you're not.
no,
No, you're not.
Going
I'm
for a
just
walk.
going to drive.
Babe,
I'm going for a walk in my car.
Nope, you can't do that.
yeah, it's a
Common.
car walk.
Nope. Common.
It's a car walk.
Common.
he'd been stopped 7 times since May 4th and cited for driving without a license. Sadowskis said he, quote, seemed to be in a hurry and complained of a stomach ache.
Guys, I'm in a hurry and I've got a stomach ache.
Guys, I gotta make a boom boom.
Michael Common. We've been this so many times. Your stomach
this is
doesn't
the
hurt.
8th time that we've
Your
been.
stomach
I wouldn't be in the
doesn't
car
hurt.
if my tummy didn't hurt.
You're trying to tell me you drive around to make your stomach feel better.
Yeah, the more faster I'm moving, the better my tummy
That
feels.
does not
I told
track,
you
but-
this.
No.
I got it. My doctor. I got.
Did you get a license? Did you get a license since the last time we spoke?
You know what?
Do you have a license?
The thing is that my stomach hurts, so I can't get a license.
can't get a
Oh,
license
my
because your
stomach
stomach
hurts.
hurts.
That's not how that
Your stomach
works
gets
either.
hurt over days.
Oh my god, my butt is so full. Did I say that out loud?
I just hope when he pulled him over, he was like, Michael Sadowskis! What's up, dude?
Funny seeing you again.
Do I need to go through all the stuff? Nope, let's just get to it. My tummy hurts and I don't have a license.
Yep.
And I love it.
And I'm in a hurry.
I'm in a hurry. The officer also knew Michael Common's criminal history included a conviction of drugs, Sadowskis said. And he took Common into custody for continued criminal activity. They're skipping any sort of like due process.
Yeah,
so
this
like,
is-
you don't have a license and you do drugs, right? Come on, let's
Come
go.
on.
By the
Like
way,
they-
to
like-
sit down on a car and push those drugs back up in you, that can't feel good.
Do you think that he crammed him up there when the cops stopped him,
Ooh,
or do you
I-
think he was just cruising around with drugs?
I think he was butt cruising.
But
Do you think he left his house and put the stuff up his butt?
Yeah.
and then got in the car?
Because he was like,
They're
it's been
gonna get
7
me.
times.
They're gonna get me.
They're gonna
But
get
you know
me.
what they're not going to get? These
The
drugs.
drugs.
Yeah.
Because I got a pocket.
Yeah.
God gave me a pocket.
Yes.
He put everything. He put aspirin up there. He put
Everything.
even vitamins. He put everything up there.
He put his license up there. That's
Common
where it went.
continued to complain of stomach pain, the report says.
Yeah.
So the officer requested an ambulance. They leave this out, but I'm going to assume begrudgingly.
Oh yeah.
They're like, Mike,
Hurts so
really?
badly.
Hey, we've done this 7 times, asshole. And if I ever ask for an ambulance, one time I want an ambulance. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
This is when the cop calls an ambulance and uses the language. This fucking guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
This fucking guy was created for
And I love that the cop was like, fine. You need to go to a hospital?
No. You don't even have to turn the siren on.
Oh,
just
no.
follow
You know
all
what?
the traffic laws.
No, you know what? For you need everything. We're not even going to go urgent care. We're going to go top of the line. So Common was taken to the Mayo Clinic Hospital.
So this is in Rochester, Minnesota.
It is.
What?
They're like,
man.
oh, somebody's real sick. We're going all the way to the top.
No. Let's take you there because I'm sure someone with a life and death thing should
'cause
go
your tummy
behind you
hurts.
in line because your tummy hurts.
Right. As he waited outside so they take him for evaluation inside
Mayo
the Mayo
Clinic.
Clinic.
So what? The Mayo Clinic isn't a place you ever bring someone who has any kind of. It's not like.
It's heart. It's hard.
They
Yeah, so what,
specialize
it's
in
such
heart
a
surgery.
weird. Like he must have known. The cop must have known some of the Mayo Clinic. Like it's a very weird place to bring.
But
this.
it's still a hospital, right?
It's like the
They have
biggest
an
hospital
emergency.
in Rochester.
So it's a hospital with an emergency room.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
biggest hospital.
But
I
they
always
have,
thought it was more.
But they have like the top.
largest heart doctors in the world.
Right.
Yes, the
Among
highest
other
level.
things, I think they do like other disease and stuff there.
Mayonnaise. They make mayonnaise.
Make mayo.
Yep. They take him to the Mayo Clinic for evaluation. The officer followed to stand by. As he waited outside the exam room, that's the officer heard a struggle. He stepped into the room and saw the nurses struggling to prevent Common from putting something in his mouth, the report says.
Okay.
It
This is
appeared
I bet it was an apple.
it appeared to be
You put that healthy thing in there.
Yep. It appeared to be a plastic bag with drugs in it, Sadowskis said, and the nurse confirmed.
After it had been in his ass.
The nurse
Yeah.
confirmed they'd seen Michael Common retrieve it from his rectum
I don't
moments
think
earlier.
retrieve is the right word.
Dig out.
Yeah.
I have chills. I have
He
chills
went
right now.
ass to mouth on his bag of drugs.
Ass to mouth.
On his bag of drugs.
This is like the DIY version of Human Centipede.
It's like I couldn't get more people to be in this thing, so
It's
I'm gonna
just
be
me.
Just me.
Solo work, ass to mouth.
This is just a Sunday for Common.
The nurse is like,
This
what do
Sunday
you...
at 10:30.
The nurse is like, what do you do? Don't do that. Stop it. Okay, you got
Give
it
it to
out.
me.
Here,
Give it to
put
me.
it on this.
Give it to me. No,
Do
don't
not
put it in your
that-
mouth. Do not put it in
It's
your
like
mouth.
talking to a judge.
Not-
Drop it. Drop it.
Drop.
You drop it right now.
And then you do
Drop
the
it.
teeth talk. Do not put that in your mouth.
Drop it.
Drop it.
right
Do
now.
not put that in your... No.
He's like,
No.
No. I
like,
will
no.
get up.
This little thing right here.
No.
I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
Drop it.
I'm gonna put
Come
it in
here.
my mouth.
Drop it.
I'm
Come
gonna
here.
put it
You
in my
want
mouth.
sit?
No.
You sit down.
I'm putting it in my mouth. Look
Nope.
where it's going.
Nope.
Do you want a
Look
treat?
where it's
You
going.
want a treat?
It's
I'll give you a
going in.
treat.
It's going.
What's the treat?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
bad dog. No.
Yeah. So he walks in, struggling to get this down his throat. The nurses are like, don't you dare.
Oh my God.
As the officer and Common struggled for control of the bag. Whoa. Control of the bag. Could be the
so now
title of this episode.
They're having to reach for the bag.
Right.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get the... but I bet the cop has gloves on at this point. The nurse definitely has gloves on.
She has to.
Common's the only guy who's got his hands on his own shit.
Yeah,
He's trying to put his own shit in his mouth.
Yeah. He really is. I hope, too, in his mind, he hasn't done anything wrong. They just want some of his drugs.
Right.
These are my drugs.
No,
these are mine.
Oh, fine. I'll throw them around the room. So then he throws them around the room.
Well, no. As they struggle for control of the bag, it ripped, sending powder into the air. The report says,
like that scene from Annie Hall, where he sneezes into the coke.
Except with
coke goes everywhere. And they wrote this: the officer was able to quote taste it, and he knew he'd ingested it. So now, cops doing drugs.
Yeah.
Unwillingly
off the force.
Yes, he's doing
ass drugs.
This is how the cop. This is how the cop always gets his high.
Yeah.
This is his plan.
Throw it on my face. Throw it on my face.
Throw it to me. Throw it to me.
Come on, dude.
Why is he jumping into the cloud? Why is he jumping?
I just need a cop bump. I just need a little cop bump. The two continued to struggle for possession of the bag, and its contents continued to spread through the room. So, actually, this has become a party.
Oh, yeah.
Literally. There's just coke flying everywhere.
Party flying everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. The officer was able to deploy his stun gun, prompting Common to release his hold of the bag and allow the officer to regain control.
Wow. This is what Studio 54 was like in 77. Just a whole lot of shit coming out of people's asses and drugs in the air.
Yeah. I mean, that was it. Everyone was talking about it.
You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
According to the report, his butt bag contained how many grams of drugs? Now, hold on. I'm going to tell you this. There are two types of drugs. I'm going to tell you that. There's meth and crack cocaine in his butt bag.
Forgive me for being stupid, but what does meth look like?
Little rocks. Remember Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad. Little crystals.
Oh, little crystals.
But how is there a mist of drugs then?
No, there is for the cocaine. The cocaine.
But the cocaine's crack.
Crack cocaine. But it, I just
might have
probably processed.
Powdered it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
He probably squeezed his ass and pushed it down.
Yeah, anything. I always forget the times I put crack in my ass.
It comes out finer at the end.
The amount of times I told
know that, Dave.
Don't forget your crack ass days.
Goes in the rock, comes out powder.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys.
Goes in the crack, comes out
how many grams of combined meth and crack cocaine in his butt bag?
Okay, this
Dave,
is good.
Again, first, Tig, or third?
I'm going to say 8.
You're going first for 8
grams.
8 grams. Okay.
Wow. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to say 4 grams.
4 grams.
Yeah. I don't.
Meth and crack cocaine.
Yes.
By the way, we're not talking ounces here, so I'm not talking about a pound of stuff, but I think 16 grams.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Wasn't that a movie?
16 grams?
Yeah.
I think 27 grams.
21 grams.
21 grams.
Ounces. Wasn't the movie 20?
No, 21 grams.
21 grams.
27 days, 21 grams.
And we talked about
27 dresses.
We talked about 21 grams when they had the thing where you could put, it was an urn dildo, and that was the name of the urn dildo. Remember that?
I'm going to pitch a movie for Podfest. What is his role? Graham Elwood.
Oh, he's one of the
co-founders of the Podfest. Where it's like the Michael Keaton movie Duplicity. Was that what that was?
Yeah, where there were multiple Michael Keatons out there.
21 Graham Elwoods.
21 grams.
21 grams.
GRAHAMS. That would be fantastic. 21 grams.
All right. Everybody,
just 21 dudes whistling.
Everybody at work or in their car or sitting in a park has had plenty of time to play along.
Jason said 4. I said 16.
Randy said 16.
Dave said 8.
Don't do this.
Michael Common.
Don't do this.
Had a butt bag.
Don't.
Full of.
Don't you do
full
this.
Of crack cocaine and meth.
How many?
Containing.
Don't.
74 grams.
Oh my God! What?
See, this was the moment that we realized how
Dave just almost threw up.
This is the moment that we all know how big his ass was.
4.8.
Wow.
I hope regular townies have gotten used to knowing there's gonna usually be an explosion of sound after
Okay.
Apologies.
Was he going to a rave?
And providing all the drugs?
I'm gonna break it down for you.
Holy
He was on his way to Burning Man.
47.1 grams of methamphetamine.
Oh my God.
23.6 grams of loose crack cocaine.
Heisenbutt.
And 4 at Sklar Brothers to tell him how awesome that was.
That's a goodie.
To say how good that was. I want to sit in Heisenbutt for a long time.
Stay in it.
23.6 grams of loose crack cocaine and this is a not little nuance, and 4 additional grams
of gummy bears,
crack cocaine in 7 individual packages.
Okay.
Oh, that's for that.
Now
those are
he's
special.
distributing. Yeah, that's with intent to sell.
That's your passing around drugs.
Yeah.
The rest, that's some you drugs.
That's for the corner.
Okay, but if he ate that, he's dead.
As long as that bag stays intact, he's okay. But yeah,
Mary Queen of
Depends
Grace.
what kind of bag it is.
What was that
Probably
movie?
a balloon, right?
Maria Full of Grace.
Yeah.
Not really full of grace, was she?
No.
Balloons.
The officer was evaluated by medical staff and cleared, Sadowskis said, and Common was taken into custody. That's story number 2.
I mean, look,
74
and I've
Dave.
said this so many times. If you're going to put 74 ounces of drugs up your asshole.
It's grams. It's not ounces.
Sorry, if you can put 74 grams of
Pounds.
drugs up your asshole, get a license.
Yeah, you got to have a license. This is the thing.
Have a license.
Well, but I know
That takes a lot of precision to get that much drugs up your asshole, whether you ingest it or you put it up your ass.
parallel park?
You telling me that you can't go down to a place?
You think he
get your light? Just take your photo again. Take the test.
Slid all those drugs into his ass and was like, just don't get pulled over today. Just today.
He put him in his ass because he knew he was getting pulled over.
Yesterday, I went and got a new box of Cookie Crisps. Nobody pulled me over. Today was 74 grams.
No,
Don't
today's
get
the day they're
pulled
going to
over.
pull me over.
Okay, but what is his mistake? His true mistake?
Trying to take it out.
Nope.
Not getting a license.
Nope. Saying his stomach hurt.
Yeah.
Because then he had to go to the hospital.
And then they knew what was what.
And
But
then,
he thought he was scot-free at the hospial. Or trying to have this struggle when the cops were
what I
close
was
enough
gonna
that they
say.
could come back in.
Do you think when he started to take because the nurses are in the room, that he was like, guys, be cool, okay? I'm about to do something. I just need you guys.
Everybody just calm down.
fucking
Literally, he
play-
could have
everybody
said,
is
have you
calm.
ever seen a man give birth before?
Right.
And then here we go.
And then when they start, he's like, fucking dudes, play it cool, motherfuckers.
Hey.
He's going to hear.
There's some for everyone if you just be quiet.
Play-
Or do you,
There's plenty.
do you think he reached back there and went, oh, God, a snake! A snake!
yeah.
A snake!
What's that over there? What's going on with the x-ray machine?
That's story 2, friends.
Good
Here in Dumb
Lord.
People
Wow.
Town.
You know
I mean,
what?
that's-
People are just doing dumb things, and that's the way it goes. Story 2, down in the book.
In the book.
Dave Anthony is with us from the Dollop. We have a little bit of the Dollop, a little dollop of the Dollop on
this show.
DPT today. So stay with us. One more segment and a special guest right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey there, Adam Conover here. Humans Who Make Games is my podcast where I sit down with the people who created some of your favorite video games and have the kind of long-form personal conversation we so rarely get to hear. We talk about how they got into the industry, what their favorite games were growing up, and what it's like working in the trenches of this century's greatest new art form. This season, we've got a whole batch of new interviews for you. I talked to Kim Swift from Portal, Alex Preston from Hyperlight Drifter, Anna McGill from Control, and Alex Beecham from the game Outer Wilds. Whether you love video games or you just love learning more about other artists' creative process, I can guarantee you're going to love this podcast. So, you can get Season 2 of Humans Who Make Games wherever you get your podcasts. Take a listen.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We mentioned LA Podfest this weekend. If you're in LA, check it out. Get a pass. You can go to lapodfest.com and get a pass and see all these great podcasts live.
We just put single day tickets on sale.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome. So go and get those if you say, like, oh, wait, what am I doing on Saturday? What am I doing? Go down to LA Podfest. Check that out. It's just, again, really cool people hanging out. Like the fans that are there are super cool.
The event is run so
is great.
beautifully.
We have done it like 3 years and have just enjoyed it.
And we were about to do it this year, but we're
Because we're going to be in Denver. So if you're not in LA, you're in Denver or you're in Boulder. We're doing a show in Boulder on Wednesday night of this week.
Dairy Arts Center.
The Dairy Arts Center. Have you been
You
there?
still do your podcast, right?
Yeah, Hindsight.
Are you? I figured you guys were all going away, but you're not going to Colorado?
I'll be out of town till Sunday.
I was going to say we have an open spot.
Oh, dang.
Sunday? When do you come back on Sunday?
I don't know yet. We can talk about it.
Kirk might be there on Sunday.
You might
Another
hear
reason to go.
hindsight
Yeah.
live.
So check the site, lapodfest.com. But for us, if you're in Denver, if you're in Boulder, come
Wednesday
see us.
night,
Wednesday
one
night.
show.
It's us and the great Adam Caton Holland from Those Who
Love him.
Can't.
This is how much he cares about it. Wednesday night is the Rockies are in the playoffs.
He asked me, can you please get a TV in the green room? Because he could have, by the way, he could have canceled.
And we would have understood.
Oh, yeah.
As baseball fans, we would have understood.
Oh, yeah.
He would have, but he's like, I think because it's not a game that's being played in the Rockies Stadium.
I think he's, based on knowing Adam, I think he's probably thinking that might not be going through.
Well, you never know.
Or also, if you're fans like we're fans, and Dave knows we're the most positive fans on earth.
It's amazing. I just text you guys just to hear what you'll say.
Dave
the
just
best.
loves to see how dark we'll go inside
In response to any one of his
Like,
texts.
we go so far down into
the
Common's asshole.
The best is there's a moment in every game where it goes so south, and Dave will just send the most neutral, wow, that was weird. That's all he writes. And then for 6 texts,
27 texts
I'm
of
like,
us
this
just-
guy needs to go drive off a cliff. It's just nonstop intensity, and I know he's sitting on their side
Just
laughing
going,
at
loving every
it up.
minute of our
Just tee it up.
deep darkness.
Yeah, every time.
He
But
loves
anyway,
to see that in
But
us.
also, I think sometimes when you're really nervous about something, if you're like, give me something to do in the middle of that to
Yes.
take my mind off
Yes.
it, and then I can
So I
bounce back.
think he'll be psyched. But Adam Caton Holland's going to feature for us. He's going to try and feature for us over the weekend too. He usually gets spots.
wow.
Yeah,
So
we're at the Landmark Club.
Have you ever been to Landmark Club, the South Club? I'm sure
I
you've
have
been to
not.
the Downtown Club.
I've been
right?
to-
Comedy Works downtown.
Yeah,
in
and
Denver?
I've been to Comedy Works downtown. I've been to the South Comedy
South
Works.
one. That's where we're going to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
and do
okay,
our
I've been
shows.
there.
So we've
Yeah.
never been
It's a great
there.
room. It's
Yeah,
great.
it's like a theater.
It's like a theater. We got to bring people out to those shows. So 2 Friday or 1 Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. Please come to those shows.
Nice.
And we have one more story. Do we
We
not?
do.
Dan?
I want to remind people really quick that they can see a live Dumb People Town.
Oh, yes.
Yes. We have so many. All the way out in February. Playing
February
for that one in New York.
25th with
Bell House.
Bell House with
nice.
girls from
And then-
Guys We Fucked. They were
And
gonna
if we
be our
sell
guests.
that out, they said we can do another one
Nice.
later that night, which we would love to
That's
line
on
up
the
on.
other end of the holidays, right before the holidays in Houston on the 16th and 17th, or 17th and 18th.
At the Come
that
and Take It
weekend.
Festival.
Come and Take It Comedy Festival in Houston. We'll be doing a live Dumb People Town there.
And we're trying to put together and do a live Dumb People Town with the guys from the Doughboys.
Yes.
Oh, those guys are great.
yeah.
Great guys, and they have a great podcast, and bring them out. And we're just settling on the venue for that. But that November 2nd
Yep.
is
Here in LA.
Here in
Yeah.
LA, we're going to do that too. So
That is 3 live Dumb People Town halls.
yes.
If somebody
Come.
goes to all 3,
Bring your yeah. If you go to all 3, I don't know what
We're
we
going to
got
pull drugs out of our ass for you.
exactly.
well, then we got to put them in.
Tour for the Dollop stuff happening anytime
In Australia.
Nothing in America right now set up. But
But where do you go in Australia? What places are you going to be?
So we're doing 3 shows in Melbourne. We're doing 2 in Brisbane, 1 in Adelaide, 1 in Perth, 1 in Sydney.
What kind of venues are you performing at?
1,000-seat theaters
Holy
in
snap.
Melbourne, 1,600
How
seat
cool is
theaters.
that?
It's fucking crazy.
Is that amazing?
I've done this theater, the one in Sydney, 3 times now. I did stand up there, but the fucking Stones played there, and every time I walk, I'm like, the fucking Stones were on the stage.
And the Stones
Like, it's
oh my God, the
crazy.
Dollop was there. Mick Jagger comes out in his shape-ups and
Sure.
like, oh my God, the Dollop played here.
And then we're doing New Zealand, but the tickets aren't going well. That was just like, let's see what happens. But
You're finding out.
Where in New Zealand?
Auckland.
Nice. Auckland is great.
awesome.
Yeah,
I've
I've
been
been there. Never been
Come
there.
on, Auckland,
It's
settle
great.
it up.
Right?
Yeah.
Pick it
Let's
up.
go, Auckland, if you're listening to this podcast.
Get out of that little Space Needle and get down there and see them do their shows.
Right.
Go to Auckland.
Go to Auckland.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go to Auckland.
All right, you want to do a third story?
Yeah, let's do it.
This was sent in by Brian Cohen at Brian Cohen BCC.
Jew.
Yep.
If I said it, would be.
All right,
Hey, let's do it again. Say it. Let
Okay,
me
here we
do
go.
it.
Ready? This was sent in by Brian Cohen at Brian Cohen BCC.
Jew.
Come on, Dave. Dave, no.
So insensitive.
Drop it.
God, Dave.
A bear. Now,
I love it.
I'm in
I know. That's the thing I want to say. There's not really any.
This is the only time when you hear a bear, you're just hoping it's not a hairy gay man from San Francisco.
Or maybe you're hoping it is.
I want it to be real.
So I live in a town up in the hills. And do you guys ever Nextdoor that thing?
Nextdoor.com?
Yeah.
Yes.
So every once in a while
Like
I go
a
on there.
neighborhood chat.
Yeah. So it's horrible. It's mostly racist.
Racist and like
but
people with too much time on their hands.
someone posts a picture and they're like, 7 a.m. I get up this morning. Someone is taking a bunch of trash and throwing it on my driveway. And he's got a picture of the driveway. And he's like, what is people's problem? What is going on in our town? I lived here for 40 years. And people are just like,
It's a bear.
dude, it's a bear.
So a raccoon or something like that.
We have bears here.
Exactly.
What is wrong with the raccoons? For 40 years, they understood not to throw the trash all over the place.
Well, I do want to say before we get into this, there is no one specifically dumb. But there doesn't need to be because that's the town. Dumb things happen.
There's a dumbness
in our town.
There's a dumbness in the air.
Right. A bear that broke into an SUV early Friday in Durango
First of all, I just want to say thank you.
Yes.
Because a bear is breaking into an SUV.
Yes.
Perfect.
In a place called Durango.
Should be a Dodge Durango.
Took it for a short ride.
I'm sorry.
No.
Wait.
No.
Hold up.
Yes.
Is this fake?
This is like
No.
Yogi the Bear.
Or Smokey the Bear, which, come on.
Took it for a short ride, rolling it out of the driveway and crashing into a mailbox.
Stop it!
And
Put your fucking e-brake on.
I know. But
How
then
does
also
the bear know to knock the thing?
I don't know, but I hope the bear had the same conversation with the mailbox that Sean McCullough did with the gate.
Yeah.
But the bear's like, what the fuck?
What am I doing? I'm
That's on
defying
me.
their logic.
That's on me.
Sorry.
That one's on me. I got to do a thing.
Yeah.
I'm in a hurry. Yeah. The commotion woke Ron Cornelius and his wife.
Ron Cornelius from Soul Train?
Yeah. Ron Cornelius is Don Cornelius' brother. He's like, I just went to Durango to get away from all the craziness.
People kept going, are you the guy from Soul Train? No, it's my
I'm not.
brother, and it's very uncomfortable, so I just came to a place where there wouldn't be any
I
commotion.
just wanted to be quiet.
Well, Ron and his wife found the trashed Subaru in their yard on Timberline Drive in southwest Colorado.
There you go.
Lots of
where we're
bears
going.
Lots
Yeah.
of bears in Colorado.
Usually, quote, Ron. Usually, I don't get up at 5 o'clock unless there's a bear driving a car down the street.
Everyone's a comedian, Ron.
And then he looked at the reporter and went, bada boom!
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Is
by
this
the way,
really-
I got a gig coming up.
Right. What if he was like, this is really the only reason I get up at 5?
I hope the news just panned to his wife, Karen, who was just shaking her head,
like,
disapproving. Like,
come on, Ron.
let him go.
Ron,
Ron's
this
not
is
funny.
serious.
After the bear broke
serious.
into the car, it likely released the parking brake somehow. So they had it
they
on.
have a fucking button, like unless it was the one underneath that you just push.
step on and
Yeah,
he was
probably-
trying to
it's
get
a
some
Durango,
footing.
right? So, or it's,
Yeah.
it's an SUV, so that's a push one.
Yeah.
So he's probably getting down there.
Yes.
This big bear ass.
The
moving
couple
around.
didn't see the bear leave the SUV and called 911 after the crash because they didn't know if people were to blame and possibly still in the vehicle. They did the same thing as your
You
neighbor,
did.
like,
Someone got in.
Yeah.
somebody got
Drove
us.
her over to the mailbox. What? Well, if they got in the car and got it going, then their people, it'd be gone.
Yeah, they're not going to go like they're
12
hey,
yards.
you know what? Let's break in his car, move it 35 feet, destroy
Then
that
get
son
the
of a
hell outta
bitch,
here.
and then just leave.
Fucking
Why?
joy.
What else do we have to do right now?
It is.
Joyride.
It is Durango.
Little joyride.
The car rolled backwards from a neighbor's home into Cornelius's mailbox and over some utility boxes, he said.
Oops.
La Plata County Sheriff's Office deputies determined a bear was to blame because, my
Bear
favorite
shit.
part,
Say bear
shit in the van.
Say bear shit.
it shit in the car.
Yes!
Likely because it was nervous. So imagine the bear gets in. I'm going to take this goddamn Subaru. Gets in,
the fuck
realizes
outta
it can't drive, gets real shit, man. Oh shit. Shits itself in the car. Now it's embarrassed. That's why it didn't keep driving.
74 grams of drugs came out of his ass.
Came out. Yeah, I love that. They said because it was nervous. The bear probably like that.
Bears, no, it was not nervous, all right? Bears have no knowledge of, like, where they can and can't do
By
that.
the way, now, but you knew the bear was going to shit in there, and this to me should be the new phrase. Does a bear shit in a Subaru? Yeah, hell yeah.
Shit in a Subaru.
Hey, are you going to LA Podfest? Does a bear shit in a Subaru?
Of course
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
going.
I got my pass already.
I think the bear, when the bear hit the mailbox, I think he probably freaked out and shit.
Yeah.
Because animals shit all the time when they're scared.
Yes, exactly.
It's
So
like
do
their
I.
go-to.
Yeah.
It's their go-to move.
It reminds me of just one of my favorite scenes of all time. The bear watching scene from Great Outdoors when he's like throwing the candy bars. He's like, "Dad, we should probably go." We should probably go. They're all over the car.
Yeah.
The bear gets in, shits itself. The bear is probably like, "I'm in the abyss. You've gone into a car now. That is not anything you've ever experienced."
That's not a place that a bear should be.
It also ripped up the interior of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Really?
It pulled the steering wheel straight off the shaft.
Holy fuck.
Ripped the radio out of the dash and busted a back window. This is what I love.
So he's just a vandal.
Yes, of course. This is what I love from the police officer. It would have taken a human being hours to do what this bear did in a couple of minutes.
So this
Holy
guy's
shit.
just now learning that bears are stronger
Yeah,
than
that's
people.
the thing. It's like
I don't get
I mean,
it.
this is amazing, and we're doing a lot of calculations on this, but
Right.
Turns out
a regular human couldn't
Right.
rip the steering wheel
We got
off.
some testing going on down at the lab. We got an SUV down there. We're seeing
can't
how long
confirm
it's
or
taking
deny
Larry to pull the steering wheel off.
And you know what? Here's the most fucking bullshit cop thing in this story.
There we go.
He wasn't sure what in the vehicle attracted the bear. So he's kind of saying, what was the car wearing?
I'm gonna blame the victim here. Blame the victim.
Maybe the car shouldn't have looked like
Maybe
that.
don't
That
put
bear-
maybe don't put a fucking lar bar in the old front pocket there.
Lar bar.
Lar bar.
Remember those? The
You know
worst
what?
tasting thing?
It's the last time I put a bucket of honey on the passenger seat.
Honey, where's the bucket of honey? I left it out in the SUV.
like to me, how much of a
is
better
it gonna
movie?
be fine out there?
We have to go to see kid movies with our kids. We do it because we have to.
Yeah.
How much of a better movie? I don't know if you saw it. Would Paddington the Bear have been if at some
Spoiler
point
alert,
in
are
the
you gonna
movie,
spoiler alert?
if at some point in the movie he becomes a real bear,
Yeah.
shits and starts mauling the kids, shits
Like
in their
if he
SUV.
starts to become.
Wait, you put a hat on me? Look at this.
What am I doing wearing these pants? Oh God!
That twist in Paddington Bear was really something.
So wow, I did not see
went
that.
for it.
That third act mauling was
Jesus
just
Christ! It suddenly became the Grizzly Man. I don't know why.
And by the way, that was just one scene. He went back to wearing the pants and the hat, and he was like just washing.
covered in blood.
He was washing windows in
he
a.
just had to get it out of his system.
I'm just glad we got to see the director's true vision. That
and the
was the
truth of the
director's
matter-
cut.
Well, they didn't show the actual mauling.
They
just
only
cut
showed
to-
Werner Herzog listening to
the audio.
Paddington mauling somebody.
This should never be heard. But what does he say? He looks at the woman and goes, "Burn this."
Burn this. Yeah.
That's story 3.
Wow.
friends.
I mean, that was the most damage a bear has done on a Sunday in a long time. Speaking of, we are so lucky and blessed to have a pipeline to the great beyond.
Yes.
And get a chance to speak to former Bears, or at least get voicemails from time to time from former Bears announcer on, I want to say 620 the score,
670 the
670 the score, and the 670 the score
Yeah.
live. Doug Buffone, and
Played for the Bears for a long time. Someone just sent us a picture of his football card.
Yeah.
in the Twitter
Number
feed.
55.
I wonder what Doug Buffone would think about this bear and what this bear achieved in one crazy
story
night,
on our
one
show.
crazy night of debauchery. I wondered that, and then of course
We got a voicemail.
from
the Great Beyond.
From the Great Beyond. I guess he was listening to us. He always is. This is a voicemail we got from Doug Buffone.
Check it out.
You have one new voice message.
We are live from 6 Heavenly at 6heavenlythescore.com. I am your host, Doug Buffone, here with your Bears post-game show, calling it after the garbage fire that you guys just watched on a Sunday afternoon. Now, look, I hear you guys down there, the Sklars brothers. I'm going to go to you, Donna, in Homer Glen. I'll see you out there. We're going to talk to you in just a second here on 6 Heavenly at 6 Heavenly the Story. In hour number 2, I got Ernie Banks joining me, and Ron Santo with a brand new pair of legs is going to join me here on the show up here, talking about all things Bears and these goddamn, I said it, big man, these goddamn garbage cans that are running under the field. And you see this bear out there, and he does more good in 2 minutes inside of a hippie Subaru than these people do on the field, all right? And he got Jerry Trevathan trying to run around and hit people's block off against suspended for 2 games. It's going to be the best 2 goddamn games of his life while he's not on the field. All right? I take Mitch Trubisky, and I'll tell you right now, that guy will take a shit in the Subaru better than Mike Long-Neck Giraffe Boy Glennon will, and I'm sick and tired of it. Here's what I want to do. Hour number 4, we got Prince coming on the air. Prince going to do a hot take about the Minnesota Vikings, and their season is done. Cook broke his knee, and everybody knows about that. And then Paul Lynn's going to come in with your pick 5, your parlay bet for Monday night. All right. I'm going to go to Mike. And before out there at Lockwood, Mike wants to talk about why I should still be in the Hall of Fame. I agree with that. Before I go, I want to say one last thing. Andy Griffith, son of a bitch, hour 5. We're going to have him on the air here on 6 Heavenly at 6heavenlythescore.com.
Here's what's weird is that he's
still
leaving a
watching
voicemail,
the games.
and he's leaving a voicemail, and he's going to callers in his own voicemail.
Yeah, he's always taking calls.
He's always on a radio show. No matter where he is,
A phone is lighting up, and he's got to get to people, and he just can't get to them.
But by the way,
Doug Buffone.
I love you, Doug Buffone, wherever you are. By the way, that is heaven for him. Always having phones,
having a show
phones
going
lit up, and
Yep.
that for him is perpetual
Getting drunk
beautifulness.
with Paul Lind.
Well, you know what is perpetually beautiful? Having Dave Anthony on this show, dude.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
coming
so
back.
much for
You're in
coming
the town,
back,
and we're
man.
glad you came by.
First repeat guest, check out the Dollop if you haven't already. It is just one of my favorite podcasts out there. It's what I listen to when I hike.
New album,
Hothead.
Yeah.
It's out.
which is out now.
On
now.
iTunes.
On iTunes.
Support that.
Things.
iTunes, Amazon,
Bandcamp, all the business.
all the business. Pick that up. And again, one of our favorite stand-ups, does one of the best podcasts out there, The Dollop. Check that out. And then if you're in LA this weekend, LA Podfest, lapodfest.com. Who knows? You might even see Hindsight. You never know on a Sunday, which could be great. And we'll be back doing that next year for sure. Catch us in Denver. Guys, next week we have a phenomenal show with the great Matt Besser. We already recorded that. That episode was crazy and fun too. So good stuff in the pipeline. And
Before we get out of here, guys, just want to say, in light of all the things that have been happening,
all the hurricanes and the people
Puerto
in
Rico.
Houston, Puerto Rico, Florida, all the people that are dealing with stuff, and of course this
Most
terrible
recently,
shooting in Las Vegas. We've got people in all those places, friends whose homes have been destroyed. Dan had a friend in Las Vegas who was hiding in a bus overnight.
Dan
on
was
the
maybe
Strip.
supposed to be in Vegas this weekend.
So we feel your pain, you guys, and we're hoping that this podcast gives you at least an hour of an emotional escape, just an emotional break from all the shit that we're dealing with. And if we can provide that for you, then we feel great being able to do that. We need it, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So
we need it for each other. And we come in here, we joke around. It felt good for us to do that, and hopefully we provided that for some of you, because we just want to be your dumb place to laugh.
Yeah, exactly. And give you the strength to then go out and face the real shit that we all have to deal with. But it just comes from a place of love. We love you guys, and hopefully we can provide that for you moving forward. And to all the people who are dealing with difficult stuff, we're here for you. Guys, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum.